We'll go for take 2. Hawk on the cross arm up there. He's been pretty chatty for, I don't know, the last half hour, maybe longer. Chatting again. Dino's group's coming in, and Dino's chasing another cow. I hope it's just a false heat and she's bred. Not a bad morning. A little warmer than it's been. We're 60 degrees instead of being like 53 or so. Got to figure out where I'm going to put all the hay because I got too much equipment in the big bale barn and not a lot of other place to stuff it. I mean, the Versil, it might get stacked around. I've done that before. When we first built the fertilizer buggy, it ended up in the end bay and it ended up stacked behind bales. But you know, when you start winter, you don't need to worry about those bales. Let's see if we can see what those little buggers are doing. If I can hold still, catch a few calves playing. So anyway, just sitting there thinking I gotta do something with the clutch on the John Deere because it's gone way downhill lately. I'm wondering if the fingers are worn off or what. I mean, we still have good travel on the pedal. That hasn't changed, but boy, where it grabs sure has changed. And I kind of blame part of that on Ty because the seat sets back and she doesn't move it. But we talked about it yesterday, and yeah, she shifts her butt forward in the seat to make sure the pedal's all the way down. So it's not from slipping it. It's just from old age and being on a loader for so long. If we loaded those 6 bales that were up there, I went to push one over, and yeah, I expected to see a tire spinning a little bit, which I didn't expect anyway because new tires, but yeah, it was the clutch trying to slip. I mean, granted, they're heavy bales, but it should be able to push them easy, and it didn't. So I'm going to bring that up in the shop and crawl underneath it and see what I can see, and see if I can remember, because I know you can adjust the pressure plate, but I'm not sure it'll do any good. Because Snoot, she just coughed. Good morning, Blakely. Yeah, Ty the babysitter. I just told Ty she put her clothes on inside out, and she's looking at Blakely going, no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
No.
That seam runs all the way up and down and right across the shoulder.
I was tired last night, okay?
Dork. So, we got little Blakely. Yeah? Oh, yeah? She just realized the camera's on, so she could be a ham. Well, they're back, and then she wants to blow bubbles and isn't so happy looking up into the bright sky. Even though it's not that bright yet.
You're so tired, though. See, I kept growling at TT. Oh, bless you. One more? Bless you. One more? Are we good? Normally you just do 2.
Lucky.
One more?
Maybe. Yeah, if I did that right now, I'd die.
I'd piss myself if I did that.
I think there's a rib out underneath my right shoulder from bouncing around yesterday, and it's killing me.
Or is that the wrong way to face?
Deep. Step on the dog.
Is that better?
Yeah, now she's not looking at the brighter side of life. Oh, well. We gotta have other video besides just Blakely this morning.
See, I was gonna go help.
See, last time I turned my phone far enough to see something like this, it flipped. So, I don't know what you're gonna get, but I see some wear on the finger up there, but not too bad. That's the PTO clutch finger. I have rebuilt those, I cannot tell you how many times, because PTO is always odd to run the pump for the loader. And that is considerably worn in. I rebuild them with used knives off the more harder material so it holds up, but yeah, pretty ugly. But then we run into an issue. That's a PTO finger with no tip on it anymore. So yeah, I forgot to rebuild that, which usually I take them out one at a time and rebuild them, and I think I'm going to have to take two at a time out so I know where it's got to be. Just a little short. Might explain why once in a while it seems like the loader's a little slow. But if I remember right, I can do some adjusting right here. I need to see if it's got something in the book about it. And hopefully gain a little time on this clutch, because I really, really don't want to split this tractor this time of year. Bad enough doing it in the winter. And like any tractor, yeah, you split it right there, but you got everything up above. You take a smaller tractor like the 135s or even the 175, they're not bad, because what do you got up above? Pretty much nothing. But this has all your hydraulics, everything is in there and goes over top into the back, and pain in the ass. So now I just gotta figure out that I want to dive into this thing, and either way I gotta do something. But first thing I'm gonna do is do a little looking in the book on the clutch and see if there's something I can do there. Well, gee, look, after what, 2 years, finally replacing the belts, because one flew off and this one's in good shape. And she's telling me what I expected. You know, oil gets out, God knows how. I mean, that's a hydraulic hose and oil has seeped through it or splashed up on it or whatever. Compressors puke, I don't care what you do. And let's see, new rods and gaskets, 2015.
Go back to your right.
Oh, I've got in her way. I've blocked the light from her.
Thank you.
And on these things, all they have for the fill plug is a knurled top plug. And it's either overflowing when you pull the plug or it's not. So this I made an extension for, and we actually run it a little over full. Not much. You need to put your dipstick back in and see. Since you have your dipstick in your hand.
I'm looking at dipstick.
There's a dipstick right there, everybody, see? Anyway, that's what I did, and there's oil. There's oil up on it.
Do you want a little bit more?
We'll compare, because there's an oil level on the side of the case. It's stamped on the side. Your finger's in the way, so I can't see if you're at the right height. Hold it back over there. Down level. Yeah, we need some more oil.
Told ya.
Compressor oil. I bet you gear oil will work too. Well, look it. We're out and about. Yeehaw, got my chauffeur. Thought I'd show you a little grass seed being combined over here. I was going to show this on our way, but my camera didn't want to turn on.
And one of our local dairies on our left.
There we go. Cruising right along. My dairy over here, they sold out here like a month ago. So no more cows over there. And over there you got the other combine running. Once again, cruising right along.
At least their corn is smaller than I am.
Yeah, their corn looks good. They always have good looking corn, but now they got...
That lady wasn't going to figure her shit out.
Yeah, she should have gone instead of waiting.
Well, the van has turn signal for one direction.
Yeah, I thought he was going the other direction. Gotta love these crop circles because people still have no idea what they're doing now.
I think we're going to do a little detour up here, though. I'm not going to go all the way.
Oh, we're going to do a detour. That's okay. Anyway, there's a hose laying at my feet because we got to dinking with the air compressor and found the leak and got the new belts on.
You found it, though?
Yeah, you found it.
And you didn't believe me?
Anyway, got the new belts on, and it was, oh gee, you don't have to have paired belts anymore. BS. Luckily, we've been running one belt for so long, there was just a little tiny bit of extra wear on one half of the pulleys that I took the loose belt and put it on the outside and the tight belt on the inside, and it tightened up pretty even enough. But we decided we better get that line changed while we can. It's only been on there for 30 years.
Excellent, sure. I want to see what they did for this building over here that caught fire, the barn.
Oh, yeah, barn down here was burned up 6 months ago or something. I think it was around Christmas, somewhere in there. We'll show you that in a minute. Okay, traffic finally got out of the way. Place on the left here. They were out of town, I believe, on vacation, and they had some new baby goats and a heat lamp during the cold spell. And I can't say that's what happened, but
it was right up against this red building.
The old that red building is the new barn.
That was behind it.
It was a big old barn there. Now it's different. It happens. And then right up here is a place we used to take grass seed straw off of for feed.
But it hasn't done very well.
It hasn't done very well the last few years. I don't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's...
Nobody's combined that, or nobody's baled it.
It's right there, Dad.
Oh, that's in the next field. Or the edge of this one. That ain't much for what? That's only one stack out of that field, one stack out of the next. And I think he planted it to a different variety, which there was more of a market for, I think. That's what I was told a couple of years ago.
Gigantic gas pumps.
Oh yeah, you can't turn left here.
And they're putting something across again.
They really screw you up. He's got wheat in there now. That's another piece we took grass seed straw off of. It goes back into the river bottom. And gee, we can get real serious here. The place that used to be right here, which is now just an old barn, was Becky's grandfather's cousin's place, and my dad and grandpa knew him. We're good friends with him. He's got a test plot. It looks like a oops plot.
It looks like an oops test.
Yeah, it didn't come out too well. That we used to take off right there too. And hey, right on the side of these trees is where we take our steers.
And our cow.
That's where that I've freezer camp. There you can see something. At least see the sign. Yeah, that's enough of our trip for now. Looky there, new belts. She's full of oil like she should be, and a new line over here. It ain't laying quite like the other one, but had to put a adapter straight fitting to get the length. That's the longest elbow they had. Otherwise, I had to do a bunch of other stuff. And these crimps are wider than the old one was, so I had to take a wrench and put on here and tweak it so I could get it through. But it is there, and I know there's no guard on it yet. I'm gonna let it get pumped back up and put it back on. And I realized a little late after draining it, the 120 gallon tank up there, it wasn't shut off to, so we drained half of that before I shut the valve off back there to just drain that. Perfect. And she's going to check the squirrel trap that's in the entryway. Mom called me the other night and she says, "You realize there's no bait in that trap?" And I'm going, "There was bait in it when I said it. What are you talking about?" It's too close to a row of bricks. And the lever on the trap flipped out, hit the bricks, and wouldn't let the door close. So they've had free food. And
There we go. Awful big box for 2 boxes like that. So that's what the paper was for, but yeah. I think their shipping packaging system failed. Usually anything like that, especially like 2 of those, fits in one of their plastic Ziploc bags that says Shoop on it, and they're nice heavy bags. That's how we usually get them, but you know, they're here. There's 2 sets plus a couple extras there. There's 1 set plus an extra for each side there, so you know, it is what it is. And this thing I didn't get anywhere on today. Got to mess with that air compressor, which I've been putting off for way too long. I mean, hell, the belts have been laying here for a year and a half anyway. I think I showed you the broken finger. You know, it's only missing a little bit. And I priced these, and you can get 1 finger for about $25 plus shipping. I was afraid to find out what the shipping was, so I'm going to do what I was going to do anyway. It ain't the first time I've welded them up. But one thing I've been thinking about, the only disadvantage is if you have to, you can't shut the PTO off. I've been thinking about, since these work this way, drill a hole here, weld a nut to it, run a cap screw through it to go against the stop to turn it to where it needs to be. Because we don't turn that off. It's on all the time. You know, if the tractor had a hydraulic system that actually worked, we could plumb in off the remote and run the loader, but it don't work. It works, but I mean, for God's sakes, our little old 12-foot John Deere disc, little lightweight thing, we pulled it with this once. It takes a full 2 minutes to get that thing off the ground. Because something is screwed up, and, you know, do you want to replace the pump? Or do you want to replace everything that's underneath the hood and the cowling? Or does it need both of them replaced? So we never did that. But anyway, and when that compressor gets up, I'm going to take me some soapy water and make sure I don't have any leakies back there. And by then, it's going to be dinner time. Never got a tractor to the field, never did anything. Just brought it in here and parked it. Actually, we fed steers with it first. No, I lied. I didn't feed steers with it first. I fed steers with a skid steer. I don't even know what I did today. And couldn't find a leak on the loader frame on that one. The frame on the right side is the reservoir for the loader. Didn't get the counterweight on it. Didn't get the spear on it. The tie's got to leave early tomorrow, so hopefully in the morning we'll get that thing ready to go and move it to a field, and then maybe I can pick bales up. That's the best I can do for that. And by the looks of things, Bam Bam's group is all huddled up there underneath those cedars. But I think they're starting to get a little low on grass. I think there's still plenty there, but until we take them off that, I got nowhere to put the big traveler. I don't want to run it when they're out there, if we can help it. I mean, we run it down on the bottom when Dino's group's there, but we don't have a choice, and they got other places to go. And we run the little one down on the bottom if they're there, but, you know, once again. But I don't want to get it rough in the hayfield down on the bottom. Who cares? They're going to rough it up anyway. A couple of winters ago when we were out late and it rained early, they made a hell of a mess out of it. But anyway, that's enough gabbing. Jesus, 6 minutes of listening to me gab. If you made it to the end, thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a better Tuesday than we did, because our Tuesday was more of a Monday and our Monday was more of a Tuesday. So, and hope everybody has a great hump day. Thanks for watching.